guys, welcome to the channel, and this video is not going to be like my other videos because this video is kind of just a channel announcement. It's still an update, but it's not going to be an update in depth like the other videos. It's just going to talk a little bit about my future path, and even that is just going to kind of mention one big thing, which you can probably already tell from the title of this video, and that is for the next 3 months I'm going to be in a boot camp, and I'm going to be working, day in and day out, just trying to get as much practical knowledge of data science as I possibly can and try to extract as much value as I can from my teachers. Now, why a boot camp, you might ask, and I think I'm going to make different videos all about why I chose this boot camp and why you may or may not want to also partake in a boot camp and the pros and cons. I would also like to make a video all about what I think are some good practices in trying to get to know boot camps before you sign on, because a lot of these boot camps, they just really want you to sign on immediately and they don't really let you find out enough to make the decision before you make the decision. And I found that very difficult looking for boot camps, and so I have a little bit of ideas and thoughts on that, and I think I'm going to make a video on that too. Let me know if you guys are interested. And yeah, just in general, also, I think that this channel deserves a couple of videos all about the decision of going into a boot camp, and also what's going to happen after I leave the boot camp. I'm not so sure what I can talk about when I'm in a boot camp. They tend to be pretty secure, It's like working at a company. They don't really want you talking about what you're doing at the company, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I just spread a little bit of knowledge about what I'm learning and how I'm learning it, and some study tips and things like that. They should have no problem with. And so that's something that I'm going to be working around and figuring out so that I can share some of my knowledge with you guys. So that's kind of just the update for this week. I have been prepping for this boot camp. This boot camp starts sometime in October, so within a couple of weeks, and I'm very excited. It's going to be a, a, a test of my ability to work deep, because for these next 3 months, I'm going to be working nonstop for 8 hours plus a day, just studying new information. And then I have to figure out what time I'm going to spend in trying to work on retaining that information. So it's going to be very, very tough. It's going to be long hours, I'm sure, and I'm fairly confident that I'll have a lot to talk about because all of my abilities are going to be pushed to the max. And that's a great time to learn new things about study habits and productivity, and just, how to learn data science more effectively. Now, my project of learning data science in 6 months is almost over, and I can say that I have learned a ton of data science, and I think that I have learned enough to do some practical work, maybe even for an internship. But I found that in my case, I'm not feeling confident enough to have a full-time job in data science after studying data science in 6 months. And a lot of that has to do to my faults and my weaknesses, which is that I have a very hard time moving the knowledge into practical applications and writing full out, um, you know, a model, writing a whole model, and then kind of pushing that model. What is it called? The application, right? The delivery of the model. And those are things that, as a data science, I think are crucial. So even though, not every data scientist might need to do that, I think it's crucial, and you're learning to go over that kind of, the full stack of data science. So that's kind of why I decided, I'm not going to go in depth this video, but that's why I decided to go to this boot camp, because boot camps, many boot camps are focused on getting you a job, and therefore they teach you the practical skills. That's all I think I'm going to talk about for this video. Stay tuned for a bunch of more videos where I'm going to go way more in depth in the different kind of instances in which you should go to a boot camp, where you shouldn't go to a boot camp, more about my data science in 6 months project, which is coming to an end. And so I guess this boot camp's kind of the next project I'm embarking on. A little bit more about turning your data science code into, practical code that you can then apply. Um, and then lastly, just how to choose a boot camp, because I find that boot camps really do make you work for information when you really want it, such as class scheduling, who are the teachers, what's their background, and costs, and things like that. So I have a video all about that topic, and I can't wait to share with you guys. So, yep, that's it for this video, and see you next time. Peace.